everyone doing there tonight? This is Cult Flicks Fix 24, back with a video. Hope everyone's doing well out there. It's going to be a Saturday night review. I am picking a film out of the collection to review for you guys and giving you guys my thoughts and opinions, as well as a brief review. So let's get into the film for this Saturday night. It's going to be 1986's Cobra. This stars Sylvester Stallone, Bridget Nielsen, and as well as Brian Thompson. This is a 1986 film directed by George P. Cosmatos. He also directed Rambo First Blood Part 2, as well as Unknown Origins, two films I enjoy also from the 80s. This has a mixed thing about being an action film or a slasher. I lean more towards a slasher, in my personal opinion, but it does have a lot of action in it as well. So let's get into the plot of this film. So this is about, we got renegade cop Marion Cobretti, played by Stallone. He's part of the zombie squad. It's a special unit which most cops don't want to take. It's like the bottom of the barrel thing, the hardest dirty work you do in the force. So he's part of this. He's got a cop partner named Monte. They're on the trail of this serial killer called the Night Slasher. He's pretty much got like this cult crew that are pretty much picking off a different range of people in the city of LA, and in brutal fashion. And Marion's trying to get to the bottom of this. He's trying to find out more about this and find out, really, he starts to unravel how dangerous this killer is, as he's brutally murdering women throughout the film. And they're doing it for, like, called the New World, the New World Order. They're trying to take over. They're like the bad bunch, or the bad apples of society. So as this is going on, we have Ingrid, played by Nielsen. She witnesses one of the murders and sees the killer's face. So now the killer is after her, and it's up to Cobretti and his partner Monte to protect her while this killer stalks and tries to kill her. And it's a back and forth fight, and it just goes back, how you have your action scenes and your dark scenes, and it goes on to a final conflict. So that's all I'm going to get into the film. On the plot wise, I do have some extras of this. This film is it was cut to 87 minutes, and it was actually a 2-hour film, which had a lot more brutality to it, violence, gore, stuff like that. But I guess the film it's available, but with a pretty much a bad transfer. You can find it. I'm not sure where, but it does show some of the extended scenes. You see more murder scenes involving the women. You see, they said there was pretty much the ending was considered X-rated, had to be cut down. I guess there's a more violent core towards the ending of this film as well, and different other gore effects, which I wish, I'm patiently waiting for them to release that uncut version. I hope they do. I hope they also release a 4K of this, because it does need that. There's also Brian Thompson, who plays the Night Slasher. Some extra info here. He was not invited to the screening premiere of this film by the producers. He had to find out later on his own, and it still ticks him off to this day. And also the car in this film, the badass car, the 1950 Mercury that's driven by Stallone, was actually his real car. He actually did own that car, and they had to use like a stunt double car in the chase scenes and stuff like that. And also another thing I found out is Stallone was filming a screenplay for Beverly Hills Cop. He was supposed to be the main guy in that film, and I guess he put too much action and production to it. They couldn't afford it, so he saved the script and turned it into the movie Cobra. He did some rearranging, and that's where they got the screenplay and script for Cobra, which is interesting. What else? Yeah, there was also I guess a little conflict there where Brian Thompson and the director got into it. They pretty much didn't get along. Also, Stallone and Thompson, they hadn't talked for 20 years after filming this movie, where they had a little conflict between each other, and then they met at a get-together with their daughters, and that's where they settled their differences and became friends again, but it took 20 years to do that. So, okay, that's pretty much all I got on the film here. Let's get into my opinion and rating for the film. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I love this film. You can see this is my favorite Stallone film. I've said it over and over again, and I also have the t-shirt on, so you can tell I'm a big fan of this one. But that's going to be my review, opinions, and thoughts for 1986's Cobra. Everyone hit a like, subscribe, comment as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hope everyone's having a great weekend out there. Stay safe. Peace.
Society is breeding a new kind of criminal. It's also breeding